Hello everybody, welcome and welcome back. Today I'm going to be doing a quick deck tech over our Tyvar Jund list. First off, I've made a few edits. We added in 4 Tainted Adversaries, which slots into the deck perfectly. It's a 2-drop with above average stats and Death Touch, and it has an ETB effect where you can pay 3 mana any number of times. You put that many counters on him, and you create twice that many 2/2 zombies with Decayed. So the cool interaction is you can bring it back with Tyvar. You don't have to pay its mana cost, and you can just sink all your mana into its ETB effect if it's late game. So this guy's just an army in a can, which is a very cool effect. So we cut out a Bank Buster, a Liberator, and an Unleash the Inferno. Both of those felt a little bit clunky whenever we drew them, but we've kept a little bit of each, just to have some enchantment artifact removal, and Bank Buster's always good for draws. The rest of the curve is good things to get back with Tyvar. We have Blood Tithe Harvesters, Outland Liberators, and Vindictive Flame Stokers. Teachings of the Kirin can fill up the graveyard to make sure Tyvar hits most of the time, and Glissa and Fable of the Mirror Breaker are our usual turn 3 plays, and Gix's Command is a way to just disrupt the opponent while returning, some good things like Harvesters and Glissas to hand, and just really shutting him out of the game. So with all that said, let's hop into the best of 1 ladder and see how it goes. Alright, first game. Definitely have some slow lands here, but we have a very powerful curve, so we'll keep it. Started off with the Proving Grounds. Hopefully we draw something like a fast land. No, we do not. Let's get the Haunted Ridge on the field, and we'll pass. Opponent has played a Dross Pit and a Swamp. Let's get our Fable of the Mirror Breaker on the field. And we'll pass back. Opponent plays their 3rd land and says go. I think we can discard a Tyvar and a Teachings here, as we can still play another Tyvar and a Teachings if we would like, or maybe we discard this land here instead of a Teachings and try and draw an untapped one, so we can do that, since we would only have access to 4 after attacks. There we go. We'll attack for 2. Let's play our Sulphurous Springs, get our Teachings down. Hit 3 lands. So I think we're just going to play a second Teachings here. Let's not use our treasure, we can save it for another turn. There we go, we hit a Liberator in 2 lands now. Opponent plays an Archfiend of the Dross. Let's put a counter on each one of these guys. Interesting, so we do not have anything really in the graveyard that we can be using with Tyvar to take out this Archfiend, which is really quite unfortunate. We can bring back a Flame Stoker, we can bring back a Liberator, but none of those are too good. Let's attack for 6 here. We'll power out some more treasure. Play another land, and we'll pass. They're going to drop an oil counter off the Archfiend. And they're going to sacrifice Dross Pits to draw a card. An opponent plays a Mirax and an Armored Scrap Gorger. They're going to attack in for 6. There's another land. Put a counter on that spirit. Both of our Kirans flip. Let's get our Llanowar Wastes on the field. And let's attack for 8 here. Opponent goes to 8. And let's get our Tainted Adversary on the field. We'll auto-pay once and auto-pay a second time. And let's see if opponent can stop this absolute horde of creatures. Alright, opponent plays a Fight Rigging. They're going to exile the Glissa. So if you're playing against this sort of deck, you definitely want to be exiling the 2 CMC creatures, just in case your opponent is holding on to a Tyvar. Because that card, the Glissa, was useless in the graveyard, but next turn, I can pop the Liberator out of the graveyard if I'd like to. Each opponent sacrifices a non-token creature. Sure, let's go with our Kiran Touch to Rochi. We'll go to 10. They put a counter on their Archfiend of the Dross, and it was another Fight Rigging. So opponent's gonna be rigging a lot of fights here, but since I've already entered combat, they don't get to do a whole lot with that. And just for fun, I'm gonna go like that, target that, we're gonna auto-pay and auto-pay. And we're going to attack with everybody, and we'll exile a non-creature card, and we'll make him bigger. And let's see what opponent wants to block. Nice. Yep, Army in a Can seems to work pretty well. GG's. Alright, next game, definitely a keepable 7. We're going to be on the draw. Against Mono Red. Let's go with the Blackleaf Cliffs, and we're just going to cut down the Swift Spear now so we can play, or so we don't have to try and play around its prowess triggers. Opponent's going to play a Mishra's Foundry and a second Swift Spear. Let's go Copperline Gorge, and we'll play a Harvester here. And we pass. Opponent's going to play with fire on the Harvester. And they'll attack for 2. That's a pretty good draw. Let's play Glissa here, and hopefully they don't have a lightning strike to point at her. Good, they did not. Opponent plays a second Mishra's Foundry. And they play Feldon. They're gonna attack for 2. I'll take that. We'll let them dig a little bit. They hit 2 lands and a Swifty. They're gonna take their Swifty. And they're gonna play it. So opponent's not gonna have any sort of interaction on my turn. They don't have colorless. So we can play our Tyvar. We can attack with Glissa, untap the Glissa. We can still leave it on defense. Tyvar's going to have 4 loyalty, so he's going to be kind of hard to beat down with Swifties. And then next turn, possibly, we can get our Harvester back. We could also play the Fable, or we can hold open and Unleash the Inferno. But I think attacking for 3 here is going to be fine. Alright, opponent's going to chump. So that's perfectly fine with me. Let's play Sekenzin. Get Tyvar. Let's untap Glissa, and we'll pass. Opponent finds another land. And they're gonna play Squee, Dubious Monarch. So that's a pretty good draw for them. Let's see if they're gonna go with everybody at Tyvar, or just Squee. Just Squee, it looks like. But his Goblin Pal is also going in. We'll block Squee. Tyvar's gonna take one.
Alright, who's next?
Let's use our blood token. We can cycle this Glissa here. If we want to reanimate the Harvester, they're not going to have something to activate the prowess on their Swift Spear, so it's a pretty safe bring back with Tyvar. We hit 3 lands with that, and we grab our Harvester. Let's take down Swifty. We'll play a Liberator. We'll play an Adversary. And we'll attack for 3. And I'm gonna draw, which is a little scary against mono red, but oh well. They have a single goblin. They can get their Squee out of the bin if they would like. Tainted Adversary still blocks it really well. Liberator blocks the goblins. Tyvar could go down this turn, but he's really served his purpose. Opponent's gonna bring Squee out of the graveyard and play a 6th land. And they do not attack. Okay. Let's play a Copperline Gorge. And let's go to combat. Let's attack with Glissa. Actually, let's just attack with these two. We'll leave Glissa back on defense. So they're gonna trade their Squee for the Liberator, which is fine. Let's play our Fable of the Mirror Breaker. And we'll +1 the Tyvar on our Tainted Adversary. And we'll pass.
Show them what you're made of.
The opponent's gonna play a Phoenix Chick. And they're gonna activate a Mishra's Foundry. Phoenix Chick at the Tyvar, and no attacking with the Foundry. Okay. Tyvar's gonna take a ping.
History will remember that hit.
And I'm gonna activate this blood token. We're gonna cycle the Tainted Adversary. And we're gonna draw. And we get a second Tyvar. And another Glissa. I think we're gonna discard the Glissa and the Unleash the Inferno here. A lot of land, okay. If we go to combat, we can attack for 7 here. And +1 to untap the Glissa. We can play a new Tyvar, return the Tainted Adversary, and make 8 zombies. Seems pretty good. Alright, so let's attack with everybody. We'll make our treasure token. I'll activate one of their foundries, and I'm assuming block the shaman. And they're gonna throw their goblin in front of the Glissa. The opponent's gonna float a generic, and I think they're reading the 3rd ability on Mishra's Foundry and realizing it's only for attacking creatures. So let's +1 on the Glissa. and play the Tyvar. We'll keep that one.
Let's make it a fight to remember.
We'll -3, bring back the adversary, auto pay, make some zombies, and we pass. This mono red player seems a bit salty. They're just kind of running the clock down. I mean, I don't really blame them. We had a pretty good opening and we just kind of shut them down. We've only lost 5 life, so thanks to all these fast lands. Really glad they got reprinted. Alright. Opponent's turn has been automatically passed through. And our Fable is flipping. Yep, opponent does not seem to like our Fable of the Mirror Breaker flipping, because with that we can copy our adversary and make lethal. GG's. Thank you everybody for watching, I appreciate it. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace.